Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a content creator, a fitness instructor. I've had my channel for over 10 years. I just had my Gmail and my YouTube channel hacked, and this is how I got it back in less than 48 hours. I'm not going to be doing a nice chatty video today. I'm trying to keep everything really to the point because I know that when people get hacked, you're in panic mode and you just want to know what to do, right? So really quick overview. I recently got hacked. My Gmail account as well as my YouTube channel were hijacked. I could not get into them. Basically, I downloaded a file that someone sent me stupidly using a password to log in, not realizing that this meant they had access to my entire Google Chrome. And because I was logged in to so many different apps on my Chrome, it meant they had access to all of them. So it was a race against time to make sure I logged out, secured passwords, all of that, okay? So that's how I was hacked. I don't know if that's the same story with you, but I'm hoping this information will be helpful for you. I'm going to do a step-by-step of what I did to recover my Gmail and my YouTube in less than 48 hours. And it will all be time-stamped below, so you can use the links below to basically navigate this video as you need. So before we get started, I was using a PC desktop computer when I got hacked. So if you have another device, whether it be your mobile phone or whether it be another laptop or an iPad, whatever, use that to do all of these steps, okay? Now, the number one thing you're going to be thinking is quickly delete everything and clear all the caches, clear the history so they can't get access to things. But that is actually not very useful because you will need some of that for the steps that I'm going to let you know soon after. Okay, number one, freeze your bank cards. Depending on what they got access to, if you were logged into your banking or if you saved your password for your banking, which thank God I didn't do, you need to freeze your cards straight away before you do anything else. Secondly, go to your downloads folder and delete any files that you downloaded from the hackers. Next, go to your program settings, all your installed programs, and sort them by the date that they were installed, and uninstall anything that you see from today or from the time that it happened, which could be malware. It could be something that they installed on your computer. Also make sure you empty your trash. So once you delete any files, go to your recycle bin and empty it. If you cannot get in using backup codes, phone codes, any of that, which was my case, go to Twitter or X. I'm just going to say Twitter because that's what it really was. Go to @TeamYouTube. Send them a tweet @TeamYouTube. My Gmail and YouTube channel have been hacked. Please help. They answered me within 10 minutes, okay? It might take a bit longer depending on time of day, but they will answer you. Okay, so once you have contacted @TeamYouTube on Twitter, your next job is to change all your passwords to any significant apps where they could have access. If you are not able to do any of this stuff yourself, if you are just not tech savvy, you need to right now call an IT expert to help you. So just, Google it, IT expert near me, IT hacking expert near me, and find a reputable company, preferably a big company that's probably paid for advertising, and get someone out ASAP to help you do all of the rest of the steps, okay? You might need someone to hold your hand. Luckily, I know how to do all this stuff, but some people just don't. Or else call someone, call a teenager, call someone that knows how to do this, that can come and help you straight away. Time is of the essence here, okay? Time is of the essence. If you're able to do this yourself, or once you get someone to help you, you need to go to, I was using Chrome, you need to go to your profile, click on the 3 little dots, then it will go to password and autofill, click on that. Then you will see Google Password Manager, click on that. That will pull up a list of every single app where you saved the password. And guess what? The hijackers or hackers have that list. Those are all of the apps that they can get into. So use a different device if you can. If you don't have a different device, use a different browser at least. Use Brave, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla. If you don't have them, download them. You need to go through that list of apps or programs, and you need to find the ones that are most significant and change those passwords first. So for me, it was Instagram, it was Facebook, it was my PayPal accounts. Luckily, I didn't save my banking information in there, but if it's your banking information or anywhere that you've saved bank card details, go into all of those apps first, and anything where they might be able to steal your identity, my government apps, tax return, whatever you're using, those ones first, okay? Go through, change the passwords, make sure you use the maximum security, usually 2-step verification on all of those passwords. In the meantime, keep checking back and forth with your Twitter to see if they've replied, because they do reply quickly. When they reply, they will send you a form to fill out. Now that form is basically going to be their way of verifying that it is your channel or your Gmail account. So you need to fill this form in to the best of your ability, but please know that if there's certain things you can't get access to and that you can't actually remember, it's okay. Just do it to the best of your ability. You will need your channel ID. So you will need to either just Google your channel name, if it's still there. Hopefully they haven't deleted it. For me, they didn't. Or find somewhere where you linked to your channel. Maybe go to your Instagram and maybe you've got a link there. Click on that. You will only need the ID part of the URL. It will be the numbers and letters at the end. There'll be an example on the form for that. Obviously, the contact email they're asking for has to be an email that they can access, not the one that's been hijacked. If you do not have another email address, go ahead and make an email address ASAP. I luckily had another Gmail account that they did not hack into, so I gave them that. They're going to ask if you have AdSense. So if you were getting ad revenue through your YouTube channel, they're going to ask for an AdSense ID. I did not know my ID because I couldn't get into that to get the information. So what I did was I put PUB dash, and instead of writing the actual ID, I put don't know it right now. So all those letters, don't know it right now. And that got rid of that field for me because I was trying for ages thinking I don't have the ID. What am I going to do? I can't submit the form. This won't go through because it's got a star. You have to answer it. So I just put don't know it right now. You just need 50, whatever you want to write in there. It needs to be 15 characters. Make sure you start it with PUB dash or hyphen and then the words don't know it right now. That worked for me. Now it's going to ask you to attach supporting files. If you want to do that, you don't have to, but I think it's a good idea. I was still logged in on my phone to my email. I couldn't do anything with it, but you could still see all of the emails in my account, right? So I just screenshotted that, and my profile picture happened to be me, so that's handy. So screenshot your social media that shows the correlation between your YouTube channel and the social media. For example, if you want to go to if you have a link tree on your Instagram, go to your link tree and show that you've got your YouTube channel in your link tree. Things like that, supporting evidence. If you've got a website and it corresponds, like the header's the same or photos on it, take screenshots of that and save those images and send it to them along with your information on that form. You don't have to go overboard, just a few will do. Then once you've submitted the form, go back to your Twitter and just tell them I've submitted the form, give them the email address for further correspondence, and then just wait. You're just going to have to wait until they get back to you. Now this wait period was way longer for me. It was a few hours. So in the meantime, I was like panicking, but they do get it. Even if they don't respond straight away, they will email you in that nominated email address. So once you've done all of that, just go back to doing your passwords. Okay, as many as you can, go through that entire list, change them all. The next thing I did, and you may not need to do this step or want to do this step, I did get an IT guy out who was an expert in hacking to make sure that nothing else was hidden on my computer, no malware was hidden on my computer. So I contacted them and there was going to be a 1.5 hour wait for him to come to my premises. While I was waiting for my IT guy, I had already finished updating all my passwords. I decided to start downloading content that I didn't have backed up. Now, if you're silly like me, I had 95% of my content backed up, but there were some videos that I did not have backed up, like promotional videos, things like that. So I decided, in case the worst case scenario, the hackers delete my entire channel and content, that I would have those safe. So it's a very tedious process, unfortunately, and it's not really legal, but they were my videos, so I didn't really care. So you just need to go down below and there's a link that will give you a downloader to download YouTube to MP4. And you can, one by one, download any content that you do not have saved. If you have YouTube Premium, you can do it through the actual YouTube app, but I don't have that, so I just did it physically, one by one, so that if the worst case scenario happens, I have all my content saved. Next, you want to alert any of your followers that messages coming from your Gmail account or from your YouTube DMs are not from you. Alert them that your Gmail has been hacked and they could potentially be getting messages asking for money or whatever it is that are not from you. So post it on every social media. I plastered it across the top of my website. If you have access to all of your contacts, you might still be able to get into them if you are logged in on another device. Send messages to all your contacts that were in that Gmail account to let them know what's happening. So I submitted my form to Twitter late at night on the Friday, and Saturday morning when I woke up, I already had an email from YouTube Partner Support. I'm not sure when it came in the night. I didn't look at the timestamp at that point, but basically it's pretty quick. They answer very quickly. They know how panicky people are. So they sent me an email with some links in them. The first section was something I'd already done. It basically just takes you to that Gmail recovery page, and you'd already done that, so you don't have to worry about that. The next link they send you is the one you want to use. It says special account recovery. So you click on that and it will take you through to trying many different ways of recovering your email, but obviously none of those are going to work for you. So the very last part of that will be a place where you can put a new email address. So that's where you put your new email that you created in there, or the one that you already had, not the hijacked one, obviously. And then they will send you a verification code. So at the end of that page, it will say on the last screen, "Thanks for confirming that you can access the contact email provided. Unfortunately, Google couldn't verify that your hijacked email address belongs to you. Learn more about how to recover your account." Now, when I saw this, I thought to myself, what the heck, is this it? Does that mean they're not going to try anymore? But then I went back to Twitter and I showed them the screenshot of that. And I said, does this mean that, what does this mean? And they said, it's fine. They now have your other email address and they're going to go ahead and recover your hijacked Gmail. Now, the next email I got was on the following morning, Sunday morning at 8 a.m. and it said that they had recovered my Gmail account. So I could get back in. They sent me a link to reset the password. I did all of that. Then I gave information back to Twitter, to the Twitter people, saying that I'd gotten in and I had to provide certain things like my IP address, the device I was using, and the address where I was accessing it. All of that will be in emails that you get from them. And then they use that information to recover my YouTube channel. And that didn't take long at all. That was a couple of hours and I got my YouTube channel back. So the other thing I forgot to mention is that in the meantime, while I was going through all this correspondence with Team YouTube, the hackers had completely changed my YouTube channel. Uploaded all their own content. They named it some MicroStrategy YouTube channel. They put all their videos on their playlists, you name it. So the only thing they didn't change, which they must have missed, was my community posts. So all my community posts were still there, but all the rest of the channel looked like this completely different channel. Of course, I completely freaked out, thinking that they had deleted all my content. But luckily, I thought of going to my website where I had videos embedded in my website, and I could see on there that it said video is private. So it didn't say unavailable or whatever it was, it said private. So that gave me the peace of mind to know that the hackers had just marked all my videos private but hadn't deleted them. So if there is a way for you to check that, then check that. But even if your video says not available, deleted is not deleted. YouTube probably has backups for years on end. So they know that people will get hijacked, they know that YouTube channels get hacked into, and I'm sure that even if the hijackers delete your content, there may be a way YouTube can get it back to you. So I don't want you to lose all hope and freak out even more if it says on one of your videos that it is not available. The morning after the hijackers had changed my entire channel, I got a message from YouTube saying that your YouTube channel has been terminated for violating YouTube policy. So I'm not sure whether it was terminated because they uploaded videos that violated the policy, or whether it was terminated because YouTube was working on the case and realized it's been hijacked. So the Sunday morning, I got the message that I got my Gmail account back. I logged in and I changed all the passwords, and then I sent that message back to Twitter, and Twitter worked on getting my YouTube account reinstated. So even though it had been temporarily terminated, they realized that this was all a mistake and they gave me my channel back. So don't worry if it says in your messages that your account has been terminated. It's okay, they will get it back. So the entire process for me, from figuring out I'd been hijacked to having everything back in my possession, took less than 48 hours. It was about 45 hours. I did sleep in between, so perhaps if I stayed up the entire time, it could have been even shorter. But honestly, I don't think they could have done a quicker job. They did a really good job with helping. They were compassionate. Their correspondence was really kind. It wasn't dismissive. They obviously realized that people are totally freaking out when stuff like this happens. So if you were hacked in a similar way to me, I am very confident that if you go through this step by step, you will get your Gmail and your channel back with the least amount of interference. So once I got my channel back, I had to do all the hard work of reverting it back to my branding. I had to change all of the banners, the profile picture, the name even. Make sure you go through all of your settings and check that they haven't put links to other stuff in there. Change everything back to your descriptions, your links, your information. Also check your AdSense, because if you are like me and you were getting ad revenue through AdSense, make sure that your bank account in AdSense is still your account and not their account. I was very lucky, mine didn't get changed. In fact, I was extremely lucky that they didn't delete any emails, they didn't delete my Google Drive, they didn't delete any of my videos on my channel. I just had to go through and make them public again. One thing the IT guy said is, do not save passwords ever on any device. It is so tempting to do it because it's so much easier just to log in straight away and not have to do a two-step verification where you have to log in, number one, remember your password, and then log in and get the code sent to your phone or your other email address. So it can be tedious, but I promise you it's worth it, because going through this is really stressful. I actually think it's one of the most stressful things I've ever been through, thinking that you're about to lose your entire YouTube channel that you, as a content creator, you have worked for so hard. I worked on this channel for 10 years. To think I'm about to lose all that was extremely stressful. My IT guy helped me to set up security even on my phone, where I just used fingerprint recognition instead of password. So literally they would have to steal your phone and they would have to chop off your finger to be able to get in. I know that's not funny, but you know, you want to be as safe as possible. And the saving passwords is not just on Google, you can do it on other browsers as well. So make sure you check the other browsers that you have been using, Mozilla, Brave, Microsoft Edge, Safari, and make sure you are not saving any passwords on any of them. So for me, I consider myself extremely lucky that I came out from this pretty much unscathed. now I'm back to running. So in less than 48 hours, I was back to running my YouTube channel as normal. And I didn't lose any subscribers. So I didn't lose members because I had channel memberships as well. So I would say that if you act fast and you do all of this as quickly as possible, then you could be like me and have everything back up and running in a few days.